like to call up Braun and Murkowski Amendment Number 3 to allow the FDA to grant provisional approval to drugs intended for rare diseases. This is to establish a time-limited provisional approval pathway subject to specific obligations for certain drugs and biological products. The FDA drug approval pathways and programs must be continually rethought and redesigned to promote efficient access to safe and effective treatments for patients with diseases, if left untreated, lead to premature death. Sole purpose of this amendment, which I'm proud to offer with Senator Murkowski, is to expedite beneficial outcomes for patients with life-threatening, serious, progressive diseases that do not have a long prognosis, 3 to 5 year windows in many cases from diagnosis to death. It establishes a rolling real-time priority review pathway that enables you to see what is working and get it to the market more quickly. Just a few days ago, Canada approved something just like this on ALS. They're ahead of us again in this case. Americans diagnosed with ALS and other diseases similar do not have options, and here we see where you could get it done in Canada. It ought to be done here. First introduced this in December of 19. Since then, I've talked to patients, talked to the experts, talked to folks that agree that there needs to be a different dynamic than what is there for diseases that have other alternatives and have time frames that aren't as urgent. It's growing in support across the country. I'm committed to working with both chambers on trying to get this idea to fruition. Think about it. If you had a family member and there's a promising clinical trial out there, and all of a sudden you miss it, where if you'd taken the same standards we have, compressed them, and adapted to people that are willing to take the risk. Remember, their option is to do something or probably die. And we need to do something that puts this into a special category to allow hope for people that don't have it. I'm withdrawing the amendment today, but I think it's something that we need to come together on for this special niche of people out there that deal with this tragedy of our not being able to come up with something agile enough to accommodate promising pathways.
Thank you, Senator Braun.